Hi, I'm Jenna Davis, and you're watching Horror at the Store. It's insane, right?
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Horror at the Store. I'm your host, Katie Hettenbach, and today we have an exclusive, special human in the building. She's an actress, singer, and TikTok queen. And you may recognize her as the voice of M3gan. Give it up for Jenna Davis.
Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
We're so happy to have you here. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. I am pumped.
Yeah.
So cool.
How are you?
Overall, amazing.
I love that.
M3gan has a line that says, "It's insane, right?" And I feel like this whole experience has quite frankly been that phrase.
Yeah, you've blown up. It's gone from this little trailer that we started seeing in October, and it's just no one knew how big it was gonna be.
No one knew. I didn't even know. It's so surreal for sure, and I'm so thrilled that people love it. I think that's the greatest joy is when people enjoy something that you've been a part of.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
feels pretty crazy.
So how did acting start for you? Like, where did you, what was your first role?
Sure.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, I started off in musical theater
Okay.
when I was around 8. And then I really fell in love with acting through musical theater. And I started transitioning into films and short films, but I lived in Minnesota at the time.
Oh,
yes.
I'm from the Midwest.
Are
as
you
well.
really? Where?
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. We're like neighbors.
Oh yeah.
I would go to the Dells all the time.
It's the best.
Nothing compares.
They don't have that here. I'm
know.
like, I want to go to the Dells, and they're like, what's that? I'm like, you don't understand. It's the water park capital of the world. Yeah,
Period. Yes.
I love it.
But yeah, so I started off there, but there's only so much film and TV you can do in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I ventured out, started coming out here for pilot season at the age of 10 and a half, I believe, and just kind of never left. My parents and I had this deal that if I had success, I could stay longer. And luckily, I kept on getting callbacks and different things. Obviously, it was a marathon, not a race.
Yeah.
But my parents are super supportive. I had faith. We all had faith together. And throughout the journey, we've kind of stayed here. And that's kind of how I got my start in everything and being out here in the industry. So it's been a whirlwind, but definitely worth it for sure.
That's awesome. That's such a good, and also coming from the Midwest myself, I know that there's stuff out there, but it's not the level that it is out here.
Absolutely. And Minnesota is very big in theater, so that was awesome. And I learned to do professional theater there, which also I think really helped my experience in film and TV. But also there's so many differences, and I got to learn that over time. But coming out to LA is a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
So it was definitely a learning lesson, but also a thrill at the same time.
Oh, my God, yeah. And you were on Raven's Home.
I was.
As well. How was that experience?
My dream was to be on Disney. When I was younger, I told my mom I want to move out to Los Angeles and be on Disney. I feel like that's the classic phrase, but it truly was how I felt. So I feel like, I made that happen, and it was so fun. I learned so much from that set. I made great friends. They have incredible cookie pie. If you ever go to a Disney set, highly recommend getting the cookie pie.
That's amazing.
Phenomenal. Never will forget it ever again. But it was a great experience, and it really was the time of my life. I think I was 14 when I booked that.
Oh, dang, yeah.
So it was thrilling. And all the other cast was around my age, so that's even more fun.
Yeah. You just got to hang out with people. It felt like a normal day. That's amazing. And so did you get to do the little
I didn't, because I was not a series regular. I was a reacurring. I didn't get to do that.
That's kind of
in my dreams I did it.
Yeah.
So
you know what? That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And every time you see those videos of them trying to trace
doing the
them
green
out,
screen,
and it's completely off.
I've heard it's so difficult. I have so many friends that tell me it's incredibly difficult, and you see the behind the scenes videos and you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard, you'd think, but then in practice you're like, oh man, okay, it's just
a green screen.
Yeah,
because you think you're there doing the whole wand and everything.
You're like, nope.
Spoiler alert, you're not. Oh, sorry if you didn't know that.
We're breaking childhood dreams.
Sorry, guys.
And that's what this podcast is. Breaking childhood dreams. It's our passion. It's what we do. So when you first saw M3gan in the theaters, like what was going through your head? Did you what was going through your head?
I was watching everybody else's reactions. I wasn't even watching the film because I knew what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So I was so intrigued. I was back and forth. My manager here, my friend here. It was just like back and forth. So it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But thrilling and exciting all at the same time. But I was not watching the screen. We were at the premiere. That was the first time that I saw the official cut that they chose to do. Because I've seen prior cuts, but I didn't know the official cut. So I was nervous that night, for sure. But it turned out great. And I loved hearing everybody's laughs and shrieks. And that was very, very fun. Because the film has a lot of comedic elements that I don't think a lot of people realize. And watching the trailer, you wouldn't imagine that it does. But it truly does, which is fun.
Yeah, I remember being in the theater being like, oh, this is a serious film. And then all of a sudden, everyone realized, oh, it's a comedy, too. Yeah. Oh, you can laugh.
Yes.
Like, she's singing. It's kind of funny.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
I went to the theater with my friends to see it, and they're like, are we supposed to laugh? I'm like, absolutely you are. I'm laughing along with you.
Yeah, do it.
This is the point of the film. It has comedic elements, and that's what I love. And I keep on getting tagged on TikToks of edits of the singing and different things like that. And they're like, ha, 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 I love this. And I'm like, this is what I made it for. Thank you. Good. It's supposed to have that comedic element. You're supposed to laugh. That's the point.
Yeah. Oh, and your singing is phenomenal. It's both in the movie terrifying and wonderful.
Thank you.
In the best ways. Was there because I know you sing Titanium. Was there other songs that you were supposed to sing, or that M3gan could sing this song or something else?
Sure. So I auditioned in the film with Tell Me Your Dreams.
Okay.
And that was her little original that she sings when she's, I guess, being tested. So that was the audition. And then when I came in, they brought Titanium. So it was always Titanium.
Amazing.
And it was nothing else. I think that's what they knew they wanted. Okay. And the director, Mr. Gerard Johnstone, he's incredible. He knew what he wanted. And I respect that so much out of a director because he knew, Jenna, this is what I want. And for the film, they wanted me to sing actually worse than I sing, which was very interesting because I've never been told to sing worse in my life. So it was fun, but also scary because I do have a singing career as well. So I was like, how is that going to inflict if I sound like a terrible singing robot?
Yeah.
Right? Luckily, they picked ones that I think fit her, and she isn't perfect, and I think that's what makes it perfect for the film, is it shows that she is a robot. She's not supposed to be this vocalist.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be this hilarious, why is there a robot singing?
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like that there could be a little like a side tangent of her story where she becomes like,
absolutely.
a super pop star.
I mean, she is on iTunes now, so
that's
go stream, guys.
That's iconic and hilarious.
Thank you.
And just wonderful. What songs would you want her to sing in M3gan 2.0?
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like she can go a lot of different directions. Yeah. It would be fun to dive into something darker. Okay. But also it could be something like a Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney Spears. I mean, she could kill that.
That would be amazing. Can you do a Britney Spears impression?
I don't know if I can do a really good impression. Just like, oh, baby, baby.
There it is.
Nailed it.
Absolutely crushed it.
Not very good at that, but I love Britney. I have actually a collection of her t-shirts. Weird fun facts.
That's amazing.
Love her.
Do you have a favorite song by her album?
Lucky.
Okay.
It's not very well known to people that when I talk about Britney, they don't mention that song. And I'm like, why haven't you heard that song? It's everything.
I think I've heard that song.
Have you?
I think so.
Good. We're friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll befriend you if you don't know Lucky. Just
amazing.
Kidding.
She's not. She's serious.
I know.
She's threatening.
It's the M3gan inside of me. What can I say?
There you go. You've become one.
Honestly, I've started saying some of her dialogue.
Oh, God.
And it's not the scary parts, just like the insane and everything. I've adapted that into my vocabulary. My mom and I look at each other, we're like...
They're like, uh-oh, it's happening.
We're like, uh-oh, it's happening. One day I just wake up and morph into M3gan. That'd be scary.
But then you start wearing her outfit.
Just start transforming.
I think you should do that. You should just stop. Like, you should only wear her outfit and be like, this is...
So many people have told me that I need to just be her for at least a day. Just dress up as her, talk as her. I could do it.
I think that'd be a good video for the internet.
It's a good YouTube video.
It would go viral, I think. That'd be like, M3gan actress. is M3gan
for a day.
She's taking it too far or not far enough.
I love it.
Oh my god. So when you got the script, the initial M3gan script, was it because there was talk that it was supposed to be rated R, but they wanted it to, be more PG-13 for kids?
Yeah.
So did you ever read that more
violent
script? Okay. What can you? I don't know if you can tell us what was in it.
Sure. I recorded the R version.
Okay.
So then we later changed it to PG-13.
Okay.
I think prior to TikTok's release and stuff, so many kids were attracted to it. I think that was probably, I don't know for sure, but I think that was probably one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I think it was just more gory.
Okay.
For sure. What I can remember of it and what I can say, I think it was just a lot more gory and a lot more, probably with the horror fans. Because I know a lot of horror fans were like, we need more blood. I think that the R version would suit their needs. Oh, for sure. But I think PG-13 was great because I've had some friends and my parents' friends who have kids that are 10 years old that went to watch it. And I was like, wow, you were a bold 10-year-old. Yeah. That was not me at that age. I was watching Barney still.
Yeah, same. There was, I was in the theater and people were bringing their, 5-year-olds in. And I was like, horror is first. It's not comedy. It's not family friendly. PG, this is still violent, but people are just bringing their children.
I think they also did an incredible marketing campaign, and she's been everywhere. And my friends have been talking to me about, we're talking about it in my class, and I'm like, wow, that's insane. Caught it live on camera. I said it.
There it is.
So I think that's been the beauty of it is kids can watch it too.
Yeah.
But it's also thrilling and scary, but also I can kind of be friends with her. And I think that's the cool part of the film is a lot of people have been on her side, which a lot of villains, they like villains, but people have really been on her side of, she's just protecting Katie. That's why she's doing what she's doing. So it's been interesting to see people's debacle of, are they on M3gan's side? Are they on Gemma's side? Whose side are they on?
Whose side are you on?
I'm biased. I'm M3gan. I have to say M3gan.
I figured I had to ask though. It could have been a hot topic.
I'm such a goody two shoes though, so I feel like any type of murder or anything is of course incredibly wrong. But
yes,
I am M3gan, and I can't betray her like that. Or you never know. I might be her next victim.
That would it could that would.
You never know. I think that's the crazy thing about the film too is it could happen.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of the awareness that the film brings is. Watch out. Technology is very, very powerful, and it's only getting more powerful. And what will happen as soon as it does?
Yeah.
Get even more.
Would you ever buy a M3gan doll?
No.
No, yeah.
Maybe to help me cook, clean, get the chores done.
Yeah.
But after seeing her...
exactly. You're said it all.
But even robots and stuff at restaurants and stuff freak me out.
Same. Yeah. Have you seen those?
Oh, absolutely.
Those,
they come up right up to you.
I'm like, get away from me. I'm like, hey, I get it. I
respect you. I have a lot left for you, but
burn it at the stake. What? Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm sure you're not. No, you're.
Seem nice. What's under?
Yeah, you're not. You're just code. You're not real.
Yeah, I'm one of M3gan's buddies.
Yeah,
I swear.
Can't have it. Are you a fan of horror movies?
Prior to the film, no.
Oh my goodness.
I was very, very fearful.
Okay. Very
incredibly. I would watch R.L. Stein's Haunting Hour, cry of fear. So no, I was not, surprisingly. And I'm sorry to the horror fans. I have transformed, though, and I'm willing and more able to watch things now because of M3gan. But prior to the film, I was a scaredy cat, 110%.
First of all, R.L. Stein, there are some episodes are, silly. But some of them are,
Did you see the one with the Katie doll?
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah. There's
scarred my 8-year-old self.
There's a movie called R.L. Stein's I Don't Think About It with Emily Osment.
Okay.
And that one terrified me as a child.
Okay.
But it's really now that I watch it, I'm like, okay, it's not that scary, but still I'm like, you know what?
Still
it has some effect on
some oomph.
Yeah. It's not the best, but it'd be like that. Did you so the M3gan dance, have you done it? Have you mastered it at this point?
I've attempted it.
Okay.
I am kind of leaving that up to Amy Donald, who played the physical form of M3gan. I'm like, you do you, girl. You shine. I do dance, but this whole little groove that she did, I got to perfect it. So many people have asked me, do it on TikTok. I'm like, do you really want to see that?
Yeah, it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same. Yeah. I'll stick to the voice.
She does like a weird like shoulder thing. And I've even been trying to do it. I'm like, I'm just like,
I'm leaving it to her.
You got it. That's challenging. But speaking of, can you teach me potentially the penny, nickel, dime?
Oh my goodness.
As soon as we put out like, hey, we're interviewing M3gan, all of my friends were like, you have to ask her to teach you. And I was like, I don't know what this is. And then they showed me the video and I was like, this is iconic.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. It actually wasn't supposed to be anything at all.
I love it.
And it was for a dress company. I was doing a hand clapping game, teaching these little girls that I was with, because I think I was 11 at the time. And I was teaching them, there's boom, snap, clap.
Yes, I've learned that one when I was little. So.
And I heard penny, nickel, dime from a friend, I think, and I just did it for fun. Ever since then, I've only been called that. And I guess it was difficult at first because I received a lot of hate from it.
Yeah, why?
People twisting it out of proportion.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just that's dumb. That's so dumb.
It's been an interesting ride for sure, but it's been interesting because a lot of people that hated on me from that hand clapping game have actually transformed to being people who have supported me over the years.
Wow.
Yeah, which has been a nice transition, and I always think that haters are lovers in disguise, but I try to avoid that whole hand clapping game as much as I can, just because it was such a hateful community of people who brought stuff upon me.
That is so sad.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? I mean, exactly. I don't even pay attention to hate. I think that the best thing you can do is surround yourself with people who support you and show you the best things. But
well, that's a great way to put it and to phrase it. Like, that's amazing.
Thank you.
And to come out on top of that,
Thank you.
It's you again. For someone who I don't even know, I just was like, that's a funny video, and I think is awesome.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate
to hear
it.
That makes me sad. Bully. Oh, internet's mean.
Internet's cruel, but
need to chill. I get bullied occasionally from like middle schoolers.
Really?
And I'm like, you can't.
Those middle schoolers.
I'm like, you can't even drive yet. Like, go to bed. Do your homework. I'm gonna call your mom. Like, chill. Can't you even? Internet's cruel. Well, I'm sorry about that. That's the worst.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's just, I think anybody successful has been a meme at some point. So that's kind of how I see it. I'm like, people want to make fun of me. That's cool. You do you. I'm going to stick to being a good human as much as I can be.
You're a great human.
Thank you.
You're a great human. You're adorable. You're so adorable. Is it weird to see your voice come out of this robot on screen?
Yeah, at first. Now I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Now I see it, I was like, that's my girl. But at first it was really strange. But I saw it in the process.
Okay.
And that was really cool.
That's awesome. So when they were filming, were you a part of that process at all?
Not the filming. Okay. I came after.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to say I'm the sprinkles to the cupcake.
That's great. That's so great. Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
Simple as I can put it.
Yeah. So did you meet all of the cast at all before the process?
Majority no, because COVID.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we were still recording when all that was kind of going on and everything. So it was hard and difficult. So I really got to really have full conversations with people at the premiere, which is interesting. But just because of COVID and timing and me going into the studio, them filming, them doing, it was just hard to all mix. And of course, when you have people as talented as Allison Williams, her schedule is jam packed.
Oh, so. Yeah. And she's got all those talk shows where they're bringing the dolls out and they're doing
absolutely
the dance,
those have been fun.
Those are hysterical.
Oh, those are great. They were at the premiere and I saw them on the carpet and I just stood there in shock for a few seconds.
You're like, that's me. It's not, but it's me.
I was like, is this real? They looked at me and they were in character, let me tell you. I was trying to talk to them, no response.
Oh yeah. Dead silence. You're like, I wonder where your voice is. Oh, wait.
It's me.
Right here.
So I'm talking back to myself right now.
You could have like thrown your voice.
That could have been fun. I should have done that.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna get another chance.
I hope so. I guess we shall see. I think that's been my motto for this year is we shall see.
We shall see.
Because there's so much and M3gan can go so far.
Oh yeah. And with the release of M3gan 2.0, that's gonna be amazing and hysterical. Where do we, if you could be a part of it again and see M3gan do anything, what would you want her to do? Where do you think she should go?
Oh, there's so many directions.
I know.
I love the singing aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because I think it brings a different side to horror. But I would like to see her stand against another villain.
Ooh. Yeah, I've heard like M3gan against,
Yeah, who knows?
Insert every horror.
Because she's competed against a lot of humans, but how would she stand against another villain? That I would like to know.
That'd be good.
I think she'd win.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, you could have her against that doll in R.L. Stein.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone.
That'd be
Possibilities are endless, and I think that's what's fun about it.
I love that. So did you have, growing up, did you have any dolls?
Loved American Girl dolls.
Okay.
Those are my thing.
Who did you have?
I had Rebecca. I had Sage. I had Lainey. I think Lainey was my first one. Who else did I have? McKenna. I don't even know. I think that was my faves.
Okay.
Watched all the movies.
Oh, yeah, same.
Read all the books. Kitchen, closet.
Yeah.
Was obsessed.
Yeah, you had to have it all. Yeah.
It was an everyday type thing.
And
I lived close to the Mall of America, so the cafe was my favorite thing ever. That was
to go.
Heaven on earth for me.
Oh my God, yeah. I've never been in my entire life.
Really? They have one at the Grove.
I still want to go. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to be like, hey, Mom, can you mail me my 6 American Girl dolls really quick?
Yeah.
And then just go as a 25-year-old to there.
Honestly, my best friend talked about going there for her birthday, and I was on board.
Have you seen those parties where people like dress up as their dolls and then bring them? I want to do that. That sounds like a fun time.
I mean, I'm up for it. Should we do it?
I think we should do it.
Okay, I'm down.
Let's do it. Done. We're actually going to end it early because we're going to go right now.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. We really appreciate it.
Bye bye.
It's been great. We're going to go to the American Girl store
everything. They have, honestly, it's a fun thing. But I feel like with, I don't know if you've ever, now that, being a part of M3gan or seeing like R.L. Stein stuff or anything with dolls, if that has made you a little bit creeped out by them.
Sure.
Or if they're still like.
In some way.
Yeah.
Yes, but I feel like it has made me a little less scared.
Oh, okay. I love that. Why?
Prior to when I would watch horror movies, I would be up at night and I'd see the thing in my door.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
And if I would picture M3gan at my door, I would think, oh, it's me. Like, it's my voice. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I think that has provided an element of, I don't know, comfort in a way, if that sounds weird. But I also know how it works now. I know how horror works. I know how the behind the scenes is. So it's less scary for me.
Okay.
I think that has helped.
Okay.
Because I know what it's before and after and how the music makes an effect and how the performance makes an effect and how every person involved with the film makes an effect. And when you just go and watch a movie, you're just wrapped into the whole story. You don't think about all the pieces that come together.
Yeah. And
I think seeing that has helped. And that's why I think I'm more comfortable watching horror now is because I understand, hey, this is, this is okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine.
It's not real. There's like a whole bunch of like elements that go into it. That's how I also started with like watching horror movies is I'm like, oh, let's hyper analyze it. Like, hey, there's someone with a script, someone's doing editing. So these are actors. These are just people.
They're in a soundstage. You're okay.
Yeah, it's like they're not. These aren't real. Like this is no matter how scary it is. It's like you have to remember, hey, these are just 2 people playing pretend on screen.
Yes.
And then it feels kind of silly. And then you're like, you know what? This isn't as scary anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. But I also think music plays such a big difference. But I realized it doesn't as much as I thought because there's a scary film that has no sound. Do you recall what that one was called? It's a horror film with no sound.
What? A Quiet Place?
Quiet Place? Is that it?
I don't know if it was that one.
Okay.
Maybe it was, but it had no sound. And I was so convinced that it was not going to be scary. And my friend was telling me, Jenna, you're going to be fine. It's not scary. There's no sound. I was so scared.
Yeah.
Because I think the silence almost made it creepier.
Mm-hmm. Silence is so powerful when it comes to horror and stuff. And it's like, you don't, it's, yeah. But having something to eat, music can both make it terrifying, but also ease that discomfort with horror. And it's, it's a, it could go either way.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Sure.
Go.
Yeah. So they teased it in the first movie that you could have a customized M3gan that's sort of whatever you want, skin tone, hair color. If you could be in, so obviously they're going to have customized voices also. If you could be in the recording studio with anybody else, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. There's so many different ways it could go. I think I'd want somebody, I don't have anyone specific that comes to mind, but I'd want somebody completely different. Maybe like a lower voice tone. Maybe cool. Something like a croaky voice. Like something very, very different from myself. Could be fun because the different variations could be a little scary. But also could be like, oh, it's my twin.
Yeah, you're like, hey, what's up?
What's up?
And they're like, hey, what's going on?
I feel like that could be super comedical. Like, is that even a word?
It is now.
Comical?
Comical.
That's it.
It doesn't matter.
Comedical. It's my new word. I love to invent words. Fun fact.
I do too.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have one that spits out?
No. But you know what? I'll think of one. And for you, and I'll...
Let me know.
You know when you're on the spot and you're like, no, I can't think of a single word now.
Mine is zoot.
Zoot?
Zoot.
Okay,
it means
what is...
like we are going.
Oh, yeah.
We're zooting. We're leaving. We're exiting.
Zoop. I've always said zoop.
Zoot.
Yeah, zoop.
Toot with a Z. Easy.
I just, yeah, that too. Zoop, zoot, toot, boot, skaboot.
I also have a theory that I am curious about.
Yes, what's up?
So if there's a mouse,
okay.
It's a singular mouse, but there's two mice. You see mouse, mice. If there's a moose, why isn't it called meese?
English is dumb.
See?
That's my only answer.
See?
It's so dumb. Like when you see, you're like, oh, look at these bears. And then if you see a deer, like it's a deer, but it's not deers. But I like to say deers.
Deers. It makes more sense. Because there's a deer.
Yeah.
There's not just, oh, there's deer. Well, what's one deer? What about many deers?
Yeah. All of them. Yeah, English.
I'm glad you understand.
Yeah, I got you.
Understand.
It doesn't.
It really bugs me.
It feels English is dumb. I always think about people trying to learn this language, and I'm like, it doesn't really make sense.
No.
Yeah.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing.
Yeah. And which is
M3gan says slay a lot.
I love that. Well, which is why people are considering her this gay icon potentially. Have you seen the SNL?
It's so fun.
It's so good
because M3gan does tie into so much of this generation. And I think that's what's fun. She has a social media. She has a TikTok. She has an Instagram.
She does. I follow all of them.
You do?
I do.
I love that. And she DMs people. If you comment on her post, she'll DM you.
That's both terrifying and amazing.
It's pretty fun.
Have you DM'd her?
I have. We've had some great convos.
About what?
Oh, it's confidential, of course.
I figured, but I want to see if I can get any like little like tidbits or like absolutely not.
My bestie and I cannot release the convos out there.
That's fair. Fair. So John said, who would you want to work with for M3gan? Voice actor wise, but in general, acting wise.
Sure.
Who would you like to work with? Going off of that, also, what if there's any dream role you have going on for the future?
Sure. I think Jenna Ortega, somebody who I would love to work with. Meryl Streep, for sure.
It'd be amazing.
Let's see, who else? I got a whole list. I can go on and on. I'm blanking on her name, which I shouldn't be because I talk about her all the time. What's her name? Who's the amazing actress that was the lead in The Notebook? Why am I blanking on her name? Rachel McAdams. I don't know why I blank on her name.
That's okay.
I watch her audition tapes all the time. She's an inspiration to me for sure. Love her. Who else? Amanda Seyfried. Love her. I think those would be amazing. But I learned so much from being on set. I think you learn the most when you're doing your craft, and you learn so much. Like from Raven Simone alone, I learned so much from her on Raven's Home. Just being around her, being in that environment, seeing how she critiques, seeing how she views things, how she views a script was so inspirational for me, for sure. So, I don't know, I'm very open. But I actually got to work with Zelda Williams, who on her next film, and that was a pleasure in its own. And I learned so much from her too, and so cool. So, yay, I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Yeah, oh yeah. I see you doing big things. And
thank you.
I
appreciate it.
Going places. That's so exciting. Well, before we get out of here, do you want to plug anything? You want to plug your Instagram, TikTok?
Sure. You can find me anywhere. Jenna Davis, practically. YouTube's Jenna Davis. Instagram's at Jenna Davis. TikTok is It's Jenna Davis, so got to add the ITS in there.
There you go.
But other than that, that's pretty much where you can find me, or just Google up my name. I'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah.
Pictures of me when I'm 12 years old looking like a little nut. But other than that, you'll find me.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you coming out and,
it was so fun. I love it. I love this whole thing, too.
It's spooky and fun.
Spooky and fun.
And those
but only problem is Megan's not up there. Kind of insulted by that.
Honestly, we should have done that, and now we feel silly.
It's in the works.
Okay, cool.
Amazing. I expect her to be front and center in between the two R's.
Oh, yes.
She'll pop her little head up there.
Yeah, she'll be like, it's insane, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I expect nothing less from her.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And guys, thank you for tuning in, and make sure to like, subscribe, give us a rating on iTunes, Apple, wherever you find your podcast, give us a rating. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.